the donut, you might be able to go back and see his shoulder bouncing. But meanwhile, she and I were just stone-faced. And I was like, she is not gonna break. She is really holding it together well. I'm gonna go really big on this next bite. I'm gonna go outrageously, obnoxiously large with this. And then finally, she little hint, and she's like, it's too much, it's too much. And that gave me such gratification. I really enjoyed that scene.
How many donuts did you go through?
You know what?
I went through probably what, half a dozen? It's probably 5 or 6 donuts. And I don't really eat donuts. Not because I don't like them. So it was a nice excuse to be gluttonous that day.
It was. And you asked season 9, but I'm gonna say one of my favorite scenes in season 8 to film was Interior Country Church night with Sam and Dean. Sam, you said good people had to die for a better good, Dean.
I know, but not you.
Look at him. Look how close we are. Other people are gonna die if I don't do this.
No, think about it. What we know now, pulling souls from hell, curing demons, hell, ganking hellhounds. We got enough knowledge on our side to turn the tide here, but I can't do it without you.
Anybody recognizing it? You can barely do it with me.
What?
Come on, Dean. You think I screw up everything I try. I need a chaperone. Remember?
No, that's not what
That's exactly what you meant. You know what I confessed in there? My greatest sin?
This is Jensen reading Sept.
How many times I let you down. This, side note, but this is Misha's season 8 finale script that he signed, and we're going to sign an auction for charity later. So, a little bit of sacrifice for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ciao.
I got a fan.
Hi.
Hi, okay, I'm pretty nervous, so sorry if I stutter and I'm shaking.
It's all right.
If you could write a funny or ridiculous episode of Supernatural, kind of like the French Mistake was, what would the plot be?
Dean with the green fan. That's the weirdest. What are you doing to me? Stop that.
I feel like I'm like reading a barcode.
I feel like that's. I have a friend whose father would sit there and shave during Jay Leno. My buddy Ron. You know those razors that look like this? If we could write one script.
We're gonna try to stay on topic here. What was the question?
If you could write a funny script, like changing channels, French Mistake.
Ooh.
I know I've heard some funny ideas. Somebody's had funny ideas before. Nobody? Bueller? What?
Save Adam!
Wait,
Why is that funny?
That's hilarious.
I have a really funny script where we go to hell.
We should probably save our half brother who's trapped in hell with Lucifer. That's a funny idea.
Do the one again about.
Let's save Adam.
Bella?
Yeah.
Where's Ruby?
Living with you!
You know what I think would be a really funny episode, and they wrote it and then changed it. And I don't think it'll ever get done, and I don't want it to ever get done, but a person swap with Sam and Dean.
A body swap?
That actually was written. That actually was the episode, the body swap episode. It actually was Sam and Dean.
Swap me. Swap me.
Sorry, that's right.
How would they
You
act?
mean the sex?
What?
Best line ever!
There was a line.
That's not funny at all.
There was a line when the lady comes up and she starts hitting on me, and I've been body swapped. And so she's like, "You want to go home?" And I go, "You mean
Sex?
the sex?"
I would love to have the sex with you.
I would love to have
Yeah,
sex
I would
with
love
you.
to have the sex with you. Anyways, I hope that episode never gets done.
It'd be pretty funny if it did.
I'd have to cut my hair to grow yours.
And I'd have to do this.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, I don't know. We've done them all. I'd be like, oh, it'd be cool to like, medieval times. No, I've done that.
It'd be cool.
Oh, it'd be cool to like, yeah, play ourselves. Oh no, we've done that.
You should make fun of CSI Miami.
Oh, we've done that.
You should be a dog. Oh, I should be,
It should be like an evil giant teddy bear. Oh no.
we should
go
have
to a
brother that's in
convention.
hell.
That was a good one. That was rich.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So this is a little random, but what's your favorite Disney movie and why?
Lion King. Lion King, and I'll tell you why. Because they perfected the mythology. The Joseph Campbell mythology, the archetypes. I actually studied and did an article. I did like a report when I was in high school on Lion King and the movie The Natural and their use of archetypes in Joseph Campbell's mythology. And I went back and read it when I got Supernatural. Because it's such a big, the friendly beast and good versus evil and the toy and, the reluctant hero, the swashbuckling friend. And so I think Lion King sort of hit those all on the nose. And I always wanted to be on Home Improvement. So, beat that.
You really thought about that.
Listen, man, Back to the Future is not a Disney movie, so you can't say Back to the Future.
Yeah. I love
All right, I'll go with Back to the Future 2.
Meatballs 2. That's from our black and white episode. You remember that? Who remembers that? That was on the other day, and I actually watched it. And that was funny. It was like, you were like, oh, you don't know. If you're... Porky's 2, that's it. Porky's 2, not Meatballs 2. God, y'all are awesome. Yeah, Porky's 2. Lucky guess.
Is there garlic on it?
Is that
Did you order garlic on it?
No.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, still me with the Disney thing? I'm trying to think of Disney movies.
Don't say Frozen.
Iron Man is
Iron
Disney
Man
now.
is Disney now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Loophole.
The Avengers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aladdin. You know why? Because he said he could show her the world. In shining, shimmering splendor. I want that. I want to be able to show a girl the shining, shimmering everything. And I want a genie. Played by Robin Williams, God rest his soul. Beat that.
Thank you.
You'll now have that in a fan fiction, by the way.
What?
What you just said.
I don't know what that means.
All right.
Hi.
If you were to encounter one, which monster from the show would you be most afraid of?
Ooh, that's a good one. Clowns.
Clowns.
Suicidal teddy bears.
It's pretty messed up. That's a great question. There's probably a good answer. You know what? The kids are all right. Is that what the little kids that suck?
Changeling, yeah.
Changeling? Those are pretty
Changeling.
scary. The changeling face is pretty scary. And that was a pretty scary episode.
Honestly, and this is just because we filmed a scene 2 nights ago where Dean was creeping through an attic. And there was some things on the shelves and it was pretty certain it was the same doll from Playthings. And it just did something inside. I was just like, huh. Obviously, Dean didn't do that. But yeah, dolls, old dolls, just freak me right out. Yeah.
What about you?
Well, Playthings was definitely the scariest episode for me, so I think I agree with Jensen, yeah.
Cool. Good choice. Thank you. Great question. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering what the funniest blooper that's ever happened throughout the entirety of the show was.
God, that's a lot.
That's probably something we'd have to ask y'all.
Split my pants.
You split your pants. That was pretty good.
My sister, I'm not a very funny guy. My sister sent me a text like a year or two ago. I guess she was, for whatever reason, like watching bloopers. And all the text wrote was, "I had sulfur for breakfast." And I was like, that's probably the funniest I've ever been in a movie. It smells like sulfur. I had sulfur for breakfast. So that makes me laugh constantly. But there are some, there's some funny ones. There's one this year already that I can't wait for you guys to see. There's a pretty funny blooper that Jensen and I have been kind of pranked at the actress back. It's really awesome. So y'all will see that, but you have to wait a year.
Thanks a lot, man.
What was the prank?
Well, Frank is involved with the... Okay, there you go.
Well, there was, let me get that right. We were sitting in a diner talking to this character, this actress. She was sitting opposite Sam Dean, sitting in the booth. And she goes into this long spiel about, I don't know what she was talking about.
Her childhood.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. And I don't know what happened, but she just started drooling. And it shocked her as much as it shocked everyone else. So it literally hit the table. She's like, oh my God. And of course the scene stopped and we all kind of laughed and we're like, hey, look, if that's the worst you've looked, then you'd be surprised at how horrible we've looked over
And
the
then
past.
Jensen and I turn to each other and go,
Yep.
yep.
So it was on her coverage. So we finished her side of the scene, and then there's a big turnaround. They get all the cameras on the other side. Now they're shooting our side, and just as they were marking it with the slate.
Scene one, take two.
Take one. Okay, roll sound. Quiet, everybody. Lock up set. Roll sound, and a camera marker. Jared and I just take a little drink of water. And then she's got this big, long speech. And so we're just sitting there. And then I think I had the first line, and so I just went, blah, blah, blah.